Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, April 8th. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Melissa Wright. Thanks for joining us. The Maryland General Assembly loses an icon only a day before sign day. The last day of the session, House Speaker Michael Busch died Sunday afternoon after being hospitalized late last month with pneumonia. Patricia Vallone was in Annapolis this morning, where both chambers remembered the longest-serving House Speaker in Maryland's history.
It's been a difficult day. So we need to proceed as best we can.
Senate President Mike Miller choked back tears during this morning's session as he remembered his friend and longtime leadership partner, House Speaker Michael Busch.
He's participating in the parade. He slips on the ice and falls, and next thing you know, his constituents are looking at him in an ambulance being carted off.
Everyone to take their seats. All the special guests.
The 72-year-old first became a delegate in 1986 and was elected to Speaker of the House in 2003. 2 years ago, he underwent a liver transplant. He reportedly fell ill with pneumonia after a follow-up procedure less than 2 weeks ago. Friends and colleagues shared their memories of the long-term leader who championed health and environmental issues.
Well, I think he always brought humility to the job, and he was the coach. So he brought people together regardless of political affiliation. I remember one time him calling me up regarding something he wanted my help with. He says, Craig, as a coach, if someone's able to score touchdowns, we want people to score touchdowns. So he was a coach through and through, and just one of the finest people I've ever met.
No one has done more to expand healthcare access and improve public health in Maryland than Speaker Mike Busch. We will dearly miss him. Over the years, he's been the go-to leader in Maryland on healthcare issues. Millions of Marylanders are living better lives because of Mike Busch.
While he's been somewhat frail since he first became ill 2 years ago, it's easy to forget just how imposing a figure he once was. Tall and athletic, Busch was once considered an NFL running back prospect before he suffered a knee injury. He remained a lifelong high school football coach, including when CTV interviewed him for a segment on how to prevent concussions.
When I played football in college, if you got hit in the head, they used to refer to it as getting your bell rung, and they'd take an pneumonia tablet and break in front of your nose, and you'd send you back into the game.
A special joint session will be held tonight at 11:30 as a tribute to the late speaker. Meantime, Governor Larry Hogan has ordered flags flown at half-staff.
We think these pieces of legislation build a stronger middle class.
From Annapolis, Patricia Vallone, CTV News.
Busch is survived by his wife, Cindy, and 2 daughters, Erin and Megan.
Meantime, the Maryland Senate votes to protect 5 oyster sanctuaries across the Chesapeake Bay. The Senate voted today to override Governor Larry Hogan's veto of the legislation in honor of the late Speaker Michael Busch. Busch, who died of pneumonia Sunday, proposed the bill to prevent further talks between the Hogan administration and watermen about dredging.
Continue to grieve. They are still hard at work as the legislature wraps up its 90-day session. Some of the bills still on the table include relief eligibility for sexual assault victims, criminal record screening practices, and restrictive housing policies for minors. We spoke with Senator Jim Rosapep and County Executive Angela also Brooks about the gains made for Prince George's.
We made a lot of progress for working people. I mean, raising the minimum wage, big action to hold down health insurance costs, big initiatives to hold down child care costs.
We were very clear at the beginning what our objectives were: to bring additional funding home for education, to also bring some investments in the inner Beltway area around economic development, reinvesting in shopping centers.
The legislative session is scheduled to end at midnight.